Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Gods of Egypt. It's a movie starring Nicholas Coster-Waldau. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but he's Jaime Lannister from Game of Thrones. It also has Gerard Butler, and I'm always a fan of Gerard Butler in basically everything. It also has the late, great Chadwick Boseman, pre-Marvel. It also has Brenton Thwaites, who's fine as usual. And then the always amazing Rufus Sewell. Love him. And then it also has Jeffrey Rush. So, as always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the furry. To start off the furry, if you like the Anubis type, like furry-esque creature things, as well as horses, you will be happy with this, as there is a lot of the Egyptian, like, anthro-poweredness going on in this movie. As well as horses, because, hey, chariots, go, type of thing. So, moving on to the good and the bad. So, I love this movie every time I rewatch it, and I rewatch it a lot. Gerard Butler doesn't give a fuck. He is there to have fun, and have fun he does. And it is just, he's not trying to, like, disguise where he's from with some, like, funny accent or anything like that. He's there, and he is just having a grand old time in his role. And it's so fantastic to just see somebody embrace a role like that. Horace, aka Jaime Lannister, is also fantastic. And I gotta say that the CGI in this film is way better than it needed to be. Like, it is so much better than you would expect from just a schlocky popcorn fest that this is. Because it is fantastic. There's only like two short bits of two separate scenes where the green screen, I was just like, ugh, ooh, that does not hold up. But like the whole rest of the movie, the CGI is fantastic. The green screen is fantastic. They did not need to go as hard as they did. Like, so the gods of Egypt, like every one of the gods is like 1.5 to maybe 2 times the size of a normal human. So think about I haven't seen the integration of like overly sized humans, or, human overall look, obviously they're gods, but a human-sized thing, like oversized humans, mixed with regular-sized humans at this skill level since Lord of the Rings. Like, they did not have to do that. They could have just been like, because they have their like normal human-y looking forms that are 1.5 times the size, but then when they go like beast mode to like try and like when they're actually like in a fight or whatever, they'll grow bigger and get like the more classic style that you would imagine from all the hieroglyph style of Egyptian-ness to them, and have like cool like kind of built-in armor and whatnot. Like, they're badass motherfuckers at that point. But they could have just been like, hey, let's make things easy and just have these guys be powerful, like strong, but just normal human size unless they go into their like beast form or like anthro form. But they didn't. They were like, no, we're going to have them be 1.5 times that size. We're going to see them regularly interacting with humans, like physically touching them and everything else. And I'm sure it made their life real fucking difficult, but they sold every second of it that was on screen, in my opinion. I believed that these gods were bigger. Like, they weren't so obnoxiously huge as to be, like, incongruous with the speed at which they operate, or just being slow, lumbering, like, like you would imagine, like, a 50-foot tall person would just be like, so they didn't have that. They were just big enough that you were clearly on a different scale than everybody else. And that was awesome, and I thought that they did that just fantastically. There was one other scene, like there was a fight scene at a waterfall that the CGI was fine and everything else was fine. I don't know if it was like the frame rate, but just something just looks a little off, like it's a little bit eye-catching where you're like, something's different. I can't put my finger on it. Let me know if you can put your finger on it. It looks a little bit off, but I still really enjoyed that scene. So I think that they had, with all of the fight scenes and all the CGI and everything else, like they had the appropriate amount of like slow-mo and like focus scenes to really like make you appreciate what is happening on the screen at any given time. I also really like the architectural achievements that they have going with the Egyptians, and I love that they just lean into the magic and the Egyptian interpretation of the world, which you really see once you see Jeffrey Rush's character. I like that they're just like, this is the world as it is according to the Egyptians of this time period. And I like that. I think it works super well. It's super entertaining. It keeps me interested throughout. I like seeing their interpretation of the Egyptian lore, and the character motivations are there, the plot is there. You have the like young couple in love, and they're hot and they're hot for each other, and it's great. And you have the character development, this like side quests as needed, and you have all these characters in play, and like every one of them is just fantastic, has excellent just timing. The music is it's fine. It doesn't really like stand out, but it's not obtrusive in a negative way either, so it's perfectly serviceable. But this movie is just it's fun. It is a fun movie. Don't take it too serious because it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's a fun time action movie set in this time period with the awesome CGI that we can present for the creatures of this time period. So give it a shot if you're looking for a fun popcorn flick. It's one of those movies where you can just rewatch a bunch of times, have on in the background, and be like, "Oh, this is a fun scene," while you're eating your popcorn. All right, so give it a shot. It's super fun. That's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.